You good?
Can you hear me?
AJ.
Yeah, can you hear me?
You're very quiet, but
All right, I had to turn
I
myself
just
down
got
because
an
I don't know what the fuck was happening there.
oh, you sound good now. I just got a whole bunch of ear rape right there.
No, so did I, and I had like literally my box was going off the charts, so I have no idea what that was.
All right, well, you sound good now.
All
So,
right, cool. Oh, I've been recording. Shit. Well, three, two, one. Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes Final Four preview. I, of course, am the brofict one. AJ with me, as always, as the man with the numbers, the sportsbook whisperer, the college basketball guru, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. Noah, I gotta ask you, how the hell are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm great. I wish this Final Four was a little less, blue bloody, but you
Noah,
know, it's okay. We still have the Final Four. I'm still going to enjoy it, just maybe not as much as I would have otherwise.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna enjoy it because we're college basketball people. We love the sport. We love what the Final Four is and everything. But at the same time, this is like cutting into a steak that hasn't been fucking cooked yet. Like it's so blue, it's so bloody, it's bullshit. And we're gonna talk about it and everything. I do want to recap the weekend really quick. Obviously, starting with St. Peter's, as I said, taking a bath in the Elite Eight, not being able to, the Cinderella story coming to a close. Noah, are
Well,
you
let's
surprised at all?
I was going to say let's start with the Sweet 16, AJ, because
Ooh, you want to start
I don't think
there?
we've been on air since.
Shit, we haven't yet.
Obviously, I was live with Trip for the first day of the Sweet
That's right.
16 with Michigan and Villanova.
That was
But
hype.
yeah, obviously, biggest story out of the Sweet 16 being the St. Peter's Peacocks and being the first 15 seed to advance. Looked real good doing it. Obviously, came up short as we
Yeah,
stated. But that was a fun
that
little
was a
run that they had there.
fun
It
game,
was fun
fun
to watch.
run.
I was really hoping they'd be in the Final Four here.
I saw, excuse me, I saw a stat. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. If you bet $100 on the Peacocks money line and continued to roll it over through their entire run, you would have
You're
made
up like
25.
25 units.
Yeah, 25 units, $25,000, something like that. Like good, you know what I mean? Good value. And I think, and that's what I tried to do with Richmond this year. You know what I mean? There's always that Cinderella. And so it's just trying to find that Cinderella and pick that Cinderella. I just picked the wrong fucking seed. I should have gone 15 instead of 12.
Apparently, obviously, resident pickmaster Matthias was on that one.
Matthias, that fucker, dude. I can't believe he got like loved Matt. Thank you for coming on again. However, the fact that you don't watch college basketball and you had fucking St. Peter's making a run, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and then other than that St. Peter's run, obviously in the Sweet 16, other big story had some handful of 1 and 2 and 3 seeds going down.
Bro, all the one and twos except for Kansas, right?
Well, except for Kansas,
Kansas
Duke,
and
and
Villanova.
in
Bro,
Villanova. So
and so no, I want your opinion on this really quick because it's something that we talked about during the live stream and it's something that I've talked about now with other people and I'm glad it's not just me seeing it. Bro, this officiating is dog shit. Like I don't know how to cut it. I can't put a good spin on it, but no matter which game I watch, whether it's Arizona, whether it's Gonzaga, whether it's Nova, whether it's Arkansas, whether it's whatever, Texas Tech against Duke. I mean, the officiating has just been unbelievable and it's not anything where you can be like, okay, yeah, that's a judgment call. It's like, no, that foul either wasn't called or that was a soft foul. Like, I
you ready
mean,
for my hot take on this?
let me hear your take, please, because I would love to hear it.
My my hot take on this is that the officiating's not any worse than it normally is. People are just freaking out about it because all these games are, win or go home. And I don't I don't think the officiating in the tournament's been any worse than it has been the rest of the season. Obviously, we watch Arizona, we
Yeah.
watch the Pac-12, so we know our fair share of bad
Oh my god, that
officiating. So
loss we had to UCLA, there was no fouls called for us. Like we were literally in foul trouble 5 minutes into the fucking game. It was unbelievable.
yeah, so for me personally, I don't think it's any worse than it normally is. Like I'm used to this shit. Like you get bad calls, you get whatever. Um, my
I'm
biggest problem is the inconsistency in
yes,
officiating, not the actual
not
officiating itself.
yes.
Like I don't think there's been too many like full on blown calls, but it's the fact that you watch one game and then you watch a game right after it, and one game they're calling no fouls, and then the next game they're calling a shit ton of fouls,
Or even
and
they're calling no
it's just
fouls at the
very.
beginning of the game, and then towards the end, in the last 2 minutes, they're calling every little fucking nick and knack.
Yeah, I haven't really seen very many games, if any, this tournament where it seemed like the officiating's like super one sided. It's my problem is the inconsistency in officiating from game to game, not any like officiating bias, which everybody fucking claims. When their team loses, it's a tale as old as time. Like people just blame the officiating most of the time, and
No, and I'm
you know what?
100% on.
Shout out.
I'm 100% on that and everything. Really quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, but just to
Oh yeah, no, go
jump
for it.
on that, I'm not a Duke fan. I'm not a Texas Tech fan or anything like that. But you watch that Texas Tech game back and against Duke, and bro, I mean, we don't have to say it was one-sided officiating, but there were a lot of calls going Duke's way that should not have been going Duke's way. And if they want to do it for the storyline and everything like that, I understand and everything, but I think NCAA needs to get in line with the NBA, NFL, and know that there's a lot of money on the line and everything, and they need to keep this shit straight.
I mean,
Because honest to God, with the NCAA right now, I'm just seeing building the narrative, giving Coach K his final run and everything. We've talked about it on the show multiple times. Duke does not deserve to be in this situation right now. They are not this good of a team. I mean, Coach K is a great coach and everything, but they are not a good enough team to be in the situation they're in now.
they kind of are if you look at the route here. Like, obviously, Texas Tech, I would say, is probably a better team than Duke, but uh, and Duke shot like 60% in the second half of that game. Let's
True.
not forget that.
Yeah, true. Very
So
true.
Duke earned that win. I think if they play 10 times, I
But
think Texas Tech beats Duke 8. This just happened to be one of those 2 times out of 10 that Duke ended up climbing back and getting the win. And then you look at the matchup against Arkansas, that didn't surprise me because
no.
I know I texted you that. I said I
Yeah.
don't think Arkansas is a very good matchup for
And I was
Duke,
on
just
Arkansas as well.
size and
Suey Pigs.
athleticism wise. And Duke, obviously, they weren't going to lose to Cal State Fullerton, and they had a tough one against Michigan State, but they were a better team than Michigan State. They are a better
Yes.
team, so they
Um,
got kind of, other than Texas Tech, they had kind of a cupcake walk. I don't think it's a whole lot of pushing a narrative here.
I'm with you on. Okay, I will give you that. It is not a lot of pushing narrative. I'm just saying with a 5-point victory over Texas Tech, it's a lot of those foul calls and free throws that were made that decided that game. But Noah, who gives a shit what we thought about the weekend? It's over. It's past. U of A's out. Shout out Houston for doing what they could do. But Noah, we are in the meat grinder of it all. We are here for what we have been waiting for all college basketball season, what most sports fans wait for all year. Fuck the Super Bowl. We're here for the Final Four, baby. And we got the Final Four coming up. You want to start? Which game you want to start with, bro?
Dealer's choice, baby.
All right, let's start it off hot. Villanova going up against Kansas. Two, of course, as we talked about, blue blood teams, very good in the tournament. Kansas is a team that a popular guest, Big Tuna, projected to win the whole thing. And here we are in the Final Four, teetering on that, Noah. 4.5-point favorite Kansas is going into this game against Villanova. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the money line. 133 is the total. I was about to say 165 and slam the under, but no, it's 133. Initial thoughts on this game, Noah? I mean, I think I know which way I'm leaning, but let me hear it.
I don't think Villanova is going to be able to get it done, especially with Moore going down with that torn Achilles.
That was so rough
at the end of the last game. But Villanova, yeah, they beat Houston. Houston had their worst shooting night of the entire season. Of course, right after they had one of their best against Arizona, then they got to turn around and just flop. But it's like, yeah, Villanova won that game, but they only put up 50 points. You're not going to win very many games putting up 50 points. Villanova's not very deep. Kansas is the better team. They're more talented. They're deeper. I mean, I'm not going to say Villanova doesn't have a chance in this one, but it's got to be Kansas. Like, I can't not go with Kansas in this one.
No, I'm with you, bro. I mean, at this point, like the way I look at the bracket and everything, this is Kansas tournament to lose. They
Oh,
are,
they're definitely the best team left in the field.
yeah, the best team left in the field, all around good. Their bench, as you said, is extremely deep, and that really, and we've seen that has been a huge factor in these games recently. Their free throw percentage is unbelievable. And Noah, they haven't done one thing that's been really hurting teams this tournament. They have not fouled behind the 3-point line. And I know we've been harping on that all tournament, but bro, as we keep going on, I see these teams putting themselves in shitty situations because they keep fouling behind the 3 line. And now here we are with a team that is fundamentally sound, basketball sound. I'm with them. Give me the 4.5 on Kansas. I am going to take the under, though.
Yeah, and I just want to, put it out there, AJ. I
Yeah.
took the under. I took the under in all of the Sweet 16 games and all of the Elite 8 games. Unders went 11-1
Bro,
in those
dead ass.
games.
Dead ass parlayed all the unders on the second day of the Sweet 16 and won a shit ton of money. It was awesome. It was awesome. Gotta love tournament basketball.
Yeah, I
Any
think
other?
the only over that hit was St. Peter's
Yeah,
against Purdue.
yeah. The only
That
over
was the
that hit.
only. But yeah, so the unders. I mean, the game's more competitive at this point. Unless the game's going to overtime, I like all the unders. I'm just going to keep riding the unders. I don't
I'm
see
with
why
you.
not.
Yeah. And the sports
Uh,
books and everything are looking at the points scored, all these different numbers and everything to get the total. One thing the sports books don't account for, like Ken Palm accounts for, is the moment and everything. And so take that while you can. It's a big moment. These kids are not going to score a lot. They're going to do their best. And Noah, I know this is the next under we're going to be on. You okay if we move on to the next game?
yeah, go for it.
All right. UNC and Duke rematch from the final game Coach K had at home, where I said UNC would send him away sad. Love to see this matchup yet again, Noah. It is a 4-point spread. Duke is favored by 4. Total is at 151. Get me some rum, Malibu, Caribou. Let's go. But, bro, I mean, you know which way I'm leaning on this. I freaking hate Duke. I hate Duke. I hate Coach K and his final farewell tour and everything. I hate that bullshit. Albert Pujols just announced it for the Cardinals when he re-signed. I hate that shit. Just go off in the sunset. Like, I get it. You're a big deal and everything, but you're not that big of a deal. However, 4-point spread with Duke, UNC being the underdog. How are you feeling about this game?
I think it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
I think these teams, they neither's particularly great at defense. They both have really good scoring offenses, hence why the over-unders all the way at 151.
Yeah.
To me, this is entirely who shows up stronger. I think these teams are completely evenly matched. Like I said, I think it's 50-50 a coin flip. I think whoever shows up that night better is going to win.
I couldn't agree more, Noah. With that being said, we are a betting show. We are someone who picks this shit. And so I am going to say I'm going to ride with the team that has been upsetting Duke this entire season. I'm going to ride with the team that ruined Coach K's last chance at a win at home. I am going to ride with the team that is finally gonna upset Duke, send their ass home, and Coach K to the golf course for the last time. Give me UNC money line, and then throw me the under 151. That is ridiculous amount of points.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to be on UNC just because of two reasons. One, the plus money, and two, I'm going to ride with the experience here. Player experience, that is. Obviously, Coach K with 42 seasons under his belt, and Hubert Davis in his first year as the UNC coach. But player wise, yeah, and I think the big difference maker in this one, watch for Armando Bacot to just have another monster game. He had 20 points and 22 rebounds against St. Peter's.
Damn.
A game that North Carolina actually kind of struggled to score the ball a little bit, but they just completely outsized and athleticized that St. Peter's team. Armando Bacot, a big reason why, with 22 rebounds in that game. Look for him to be huge again. Yeah, like I said, I think it's coin flip, but I do like that plus money and the
Love it.
more experience on the player side. So I'm going with North Carolina.
Completely agree with you, Noah. It is awesome. And we're setting up for good finals. An announcement to be made right now. We will be live for the national championship game on YouTube, possibly the Central Land. Need to get some confirmation first, but working on that, Noah. We will be. I'm honest to God. Regardless of what happens, I know it's so blue bloody. I know it's so chalk, but I am excited for whatever the Final Four is going to be. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm still definitely going to watch it. I'm still going to enjoy it, just not as much as I would have if I had a kind of horse in the race, if you will. I will be cheering against Duke, but as far as the other three teams go, I really couldn't care who wins out of those. However, speaking of chalky and another Final Four, one that I will likely be at, AJ.
Ooh, that's right, Noah.
We do have our Final Four set as of last night for the women's bracket.
Ooh.
Obviously, with number 1 overall seed, South Carolina. We've got Stanford, UConn, the only 2 seed in the Final Four, and then Louisville, escaping narrowly from Michigan last night.
Damn. That was a good game. Good game. Which way you leaning, bro? Where are you going to go?
I'm riding Stanford to repeat.
Really?
Yeah, I love Haley Jones and the rest of that team. South Carolina, obviously tough, but they have not played a great tournament until their Elite Eight game, winning that game by like 30, I think.
Yeah.
But through the early rounds, they didn't look super strong. They didn't finish the season super strong. They were the number 1 overall ranked team, wire to wire this season, but I think Stanford repeats, goes back to back.
Hell yeah, I'll ride with Stanford as well. Put my ticket in after we get off the air. Noah, any other thoughts for the Degens before we sign off for the day?
I mean, hey, whatever happens, I'm gonna still watch. I'm gonna still enjoy it, but let's hope Coach K doesn't make it all the way.
God, please don't. That would be the worst effing scenario. But yeah, I'm with that. Please don't let Coach K make it all the way. We will be live for the national championship, probably getting another episode out later this week. New schedule, new everything coming soon. Stay tuned to Degenerate Takes. Follow us on Twitter at DegenTakes for all of the updates, as we do have a lot of changes coming. And we will see you next time on Degenerate Takes.